IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, North Body Shop, Park National Bank, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, the Carriage Company, the Huddle Tire Company, Fairfield Federal, Sheridan Funeral Home, Buckeye Toyota, and Standing Stone Bank.
As the Band of Gold finishes up the alma mater, I'm Jared Stewart alongside Tim Shumaker. Tonight we're at Fulton Field for an OCC matchup between the Lancaster Golden Gales and the Groveport Madison Cruisers. Tim, as we get set for this contest, Groveport Madison comes in with an impressive 2-0 record. And if you look at them over the last 3 years, of course they have a new coach this year, Coach Mitch Westcamp, but Coach Brian Schoonover really turned this program around. In 2017, they were 0-10, 2018, 5-5, and then last year, a playoff team ended up 10-3 before Schoonover decided to resign and hand the reins over to Mitch Westcamp, who was a player and on coaching staff, and he's just kind of picked up where they left off.
Yeah, I had an opportunity, a great opportunity to speak with Coach Westcamp, and his excitement, enthusiasm could be heard on a telephone, and his opportunity, he's taken advantage of it. He's on top of it. He was an assistant coach for 12 years, coaching the offense, the quarterbacks and running backs. So he feels very comfortable in this setting, Jared. He feels the transition has been great. He's got a good staff, and they're loaded with 31 seniors.
So you talk about loaded with 31 seniors. Those 31 seniors are not just guys that are going to stand and cheer. They're going to get a lot of playing time, a very quality playing time. Let's talk about the running backs for this Cruisers football team. You've got Jaleel Underdown, number 7. He's rushed 19 times. Forget this. 374 yards, 6 touchdowns in the first 2 games. That's 19.7 yards a carry.
Well, you know, when you look at Jalil, he was telling me that how explosive he is. They have thunder and lightning, and he's the lightning.
Yeah. And then the next one is Jay-Shawn McGraw. He is also a senior, 28 carries, 163 yards, 1 touchdown. That's 5.8 yards per carry. So you talk about thunder and lightning. Jaleel's a guy that's going to just run over top of somebody.
Yeah, I mean, he's 240 pounds at the fullback position, and when you look at the wing T, you have to establish your fullback.
Yeah.
And if they take that away, then you have the perimeter.
Speaking of the wing T, both these teams run the wing T, and of course, for Lancaster, they've been running for years and years. But for Groveport Madison, this is something that fairly new that they've brought in with Coach Schoonover just a few years ago, and they've really picked it up and done a nice job with it. And Shu, you told me that they watched film. You got a chance to talk to Coach Westcamp. They watched film on Lancaster and actually learned some things that they can do by watching Lancaster's film.
Yeah, Coach Schoonover and Coach Westcamp and their staff got together with Lancaster, and they wanted to gain an identity. So they felt that their strength would be running the football. So they've inserted the wing T into their offense, as their offense, and they have been very explosive. You know, when you look at last year, Jared, during the regular season, they were 8-2, and they had beaten the eventual state champs, Pickerington. You go in the playoffs and you play, which we've seen in the past years, Hilliard Davidson, who always tremendously strong. And they beat Olentangy Liberty under Coach Hale, which runs another great program. So it's going to be an interesting matchup for a very, very young Golden Gales team.
Let's talk about that Golden Gales team, led by quarterback Titan Johnson. He is a senior, 5'11", 165 pounds. He started the year last year at quarterback, had a few hiccups along the way, so they went a different route. They still gave Titan Johnson a lot of playing time, primarily on defense. This year he's done a nice job. He stepped in. Yes, they are 0-2, but both those losses are games that you get a call here, a call there. You don't turn the ball over here, you don't turn it over there, and those could be wins for the Golden Gales.
Yeah, they had 3 turnovers in each game, and it's hard to win at any level with 3 turnovers in a ball game, and especially when you're a football team that's going to run the football. We've done this for years. Jared talked about the Gales. You cannot have penalties that make you have long distance and down situations, and you cannot turn the football over because a big part of your offense is maintaining possession of the ball.
And I think that's just as good a time as any to talk about the keys to the game. Brought to you by North Body Shop, providing quality customer service, parts, and reliability since 1979. Owner Mark North will provide you with a free written warranty on each estimate. That's Mark North of North Body Shop. He'll treat you right. Now, you've already mentioned turnovers. Obviously, that's always going to be a key to a game, especially in the high school game. But how about for the Golden Gales, beyond turnovers, what do you think they need to do to get over that hump and finally put together a full game and get a win here on their home field tonight?
Well, I think they really have to start well here in the first quarter and have a really good first quarter because I think from a confidence standpoint that will help them.
Yeah.
They're playing a very good team. They know that. They're familiar, obviously, with their offense, so that preparation is definitely in place. And, we're looking at a situation where the Gales just cannot turn the football over.
Right. Gales coached by Rob Carpenter in his 23rd season here at the helm of Lancaster High School, and, of course, he's got some experienced assistants with Coach Albertini, Coach Pezzo. Those guys do an outstanding job for Coach Carpenter, as always. Kickoff tonight is brought to you by Sheridan Funeral Home. Sheridan Funeral Home is proud to be supporting high school football. They've been serving the communities of Lancaster and Fairfield County for over 100 years. It will be Lancaster kicking off to Groveport Madison, and to do the kicking for the Gales will be Isaac Polini. Back deep for Groveport is Marcus Holmes over on the far side. And on the near side is Martin Chiron. No, check that. That's 48. Thought it was at 18. 48 is Jonathan Thompson, a 6'3" senior. Just about set for home game number 1 for the Golden Gales in this kind of a strange season, a season that everybody will make the playoffs. And, at this point, if you're Coach Carpenter and the Gales, 0-2, it doesn't matter. It's get better every time you step on the field and see what you can put together before the playoffs.
For the most part, they do that, Jared, and they make strides and get better every week. And Coach Westcamp mentioned that to me. He said, we know they're going to get better because that's what they do.
Yeah. Polini's kick drops at about the 18-yard line. It'll be taken by the up man, Delaney Wilburn, and Wilburn gets out to about the 30 and brought down there. Leading the tackle for the Gales is Sam Fink. So here comes that high-powered offense of the Cruisers. It'll be led by quarterback Isaiah Rogers, a 5'10" senior, 185-pounder. And keep an eye on the 2 big running backs. That would be number 32, Jay Sean McGraw, and, of course, Jaleel Underdown, number 7. As I mentioned in the pregame, Underdown averaging 19.7 yards per carry. He's got 6 touchdowns already in the first 2 ball games. He's carried it 19 times for 374 yards. And hard to miss Jay Sean McGraw standing right behind the quarterback.
At 5'9", 340 pounds, Jared.
First carry goes to Jaden Sawyer, and a nice job by the Gales defense. Busting through there is number 74. That's Ty Hedges. And A.J. Locke coming out of that linebacker spot. A.J., a 5'9" junior, and Ty Hedges also a junior, 5'9", out of that defensive tackle spot. So second down and 11, loss of 1 on the play. Just underway here at Fulton Field at Lancaster High School. Give to the big man. That's McGraw, not much there. Briston Poe in on the stop, as well as Eli Rathburn.
Yeah, at 240 pounds, you better go low.
That's right. And Briston Poe, who made the stop, is 5'10", 165. So third down and 8 for Groveport. Again, it's McGraw standing right behind the quarterback, Rogers. Rogers rolling to pass, Little dump pass out to McGraw. Oh, almost hauled it in. That would have been a very nice catch. But a good job by the defense of the Gales to force a punt here on the opening possession.
Very big for them. We talked about getting off to a good start and having a really good first quarter, and that's a great start for Lancaster's defense.
Hunter Rathburn will punt it away for the Cruisers, and back deep for the Gales is Deshaun Garnes.
Well, as you know, Jared, it takes a lot to impress me with stats, but, Groveport's averaging 8.5 yards per carry running the ball.
This should be returnable, low end over end kick, but wow, what a job getting down the field. Number 40, Clarence Gossett.
Great coverage.
Good opportunity to talk about Clarence Gossett, the defensive back. He is, he can play anywhere on that front seven of the defense, and he's going to be a good one to watch in the future.
And they'll move him around.
Yeah.
He's going to be in a lot of different spots. If you look out there, he's not just going to be at a defensive end or a linebacker. He's actually been playing as like a free safety, but he's a linebacker free safety.
So Titan Johnson brings him out for the first series for the Gales. Right behind Johnson is Parker Hill. Here comes George Sherrick. Hill gets to carry right up the middle, and not much there as Gossett makes the stop.
Yeah, he fought off that block, made a really good tackle and read there.
Second down and 9. They give him a yard on the carry. Looks like closer to 8. They might have gotten 2. Both teams running that wing tee. Johnson gives it to Sherrick. Sherrick over that right side tackle. And he has stood up after a gain of about 1. Third down and 7 upcoming for the Gales.
Yeah, these are interesting down and distance situations here. What will Lancaster do? I think, if we look at numbers, I think Lancaster's had the ball in the air a little more than usual the last couple weeks.
Johnson, back to pass. He's got pressure, gets away from it. Still time, and now he's going to be sacked in the backfield. Just nobody open downfield. He did a nice job eluding that pressure the first time, but after that, it was all Groveport.
Yeah, that's where you just want to get rid of the football, Jared. Don't throw it over the middle and throw it out of bounds.
Injury on the field. That's one of the defenders that made the stop on Titan Johnson. That doesn't look good. It's going to bring up a 4th down. We'll see if we can see what happened here. Hopefully not a knee, but it does look like that's what they're looking at.
Looked like his own player landed on him.
So as they take a look at the injured player, it'll bring up a 4th down and 12 for the Gales. And, of course, you never want to see injuries. Obviously, in any sport, injuries are, it's a part of it. You don't want to see it, but especially in a year like this where the kids have gone through so much just to be able to get on the field and then to have an injury, that just got to be devastating. Let's watch it again here.
Yeah. You see the block there, the push. Titan trying to get away from the pressure. And right there, who knows? I hate to see him limp off, though.
Looks like number 8, Tawan Moss, being helped off the field. Pelini drops back to punt for Lancaster on 4th down and 12. High snap goes over Pelini's head all the way back inside the 5, and he's going to be brought down. The ball's loose, though, recovered by Groveport Madison. Number 28, Marcus Holmes falls on it. And that was one of our keys to the game.
That's a turnover, Jared, in reality. It'll go as a loss of 30-some yards, but in reality, that's a turnover. When you grant the other ball at the 1 yard line.
So first and goal coming up.
At the 2, maybe.
Yep, at the 2-yard line for Groveport.
Yep, just a bad snap. You can see here the pursuit. Right at that point, tried to fall on it. He's trying to pick it up.
You know, I that's something that probably isn't coached a whole lot in practice. You don't want to coach, like, mistakes, but, you know, what about right there, kick it out of the back of the end zone and take a safety?
Well, I'll tell you this. In basketball, we used to talk about diving on loose balls. Do not try to pick them up.
Yeah. Nice job defensively by the Gales. Jay-Sean McGraw just nowhere to go. Davon Lewis on the stop.
What do you give him, a yard maybe or not?
Maybe not.
Yeah.
So second and goal here from the 2.
Look for something slashing.
Let's see who makes this initial hit here on the replay. Couple of guys. Parker Hill. Second and goal here. It's McGraw again, and this time he's into the end zone for the touchdown, but we've got a no flag on the far side. A false start on Groveport coming up.
It's big.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5 yards, second down.
That's a big penalty there on Groveport Madison. So second and goal from the 7 for the Cruisers. Rogers will have McGraw behind him. We have not seen Jaleel Underdown carry the ball yet. Here's McGraw over the left side and gets back inside the 5, but brought down right about the 4. Rathburn and Lewis in on the tackle again.
Yeah, Lancaster's defense really active, Jared. Very impressed with their activity. Now you see who's got a little fight in him here. Both ways.
Yep, you're right. Rathburn has 15 tackles on the season, or he's been in on 15 tackles. He's doing a nice job tonight. Third and goal from the 4.
You got 22 players within 10 yards of each other, Jared. I love it.
Here's the give. It's Jaden Sawyer, and he's not going to get there. Or it was underdown, wasn't it? Number 7?
Was. Well, they turned him back in. You got it, have contain on the perimeter. They run him back into traffic, and good pursuit again by Lancaster, showing really good fight here.
Here we go, 4th and goal from just outside the 1-yard line. They've stopped him 3 times in a row. We'll see what they can do here. McGraw right behind his quarterback, Rogers. Underdown to the right. It'll be McGraw, but a whistle.
Timeout.
And a timeout for Lancaster. No, yeah, Lancaster calls a timeout. Timeouts tonight brought to you by the Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive. You can check out their website at carriagecompany.com.
And let's give a big thank you and shout out to Standing Stone Bank. Whether you're ready to tackle a mortgage loan or need cash for home improvements, make Standing Stone Bank the key player in your home or business financial plans. Business to business, neighbor to neighbor. Let's grow this town together. Standing Stone Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Got a special shout out tonight. Andy Hanshey, the center for the Lancaster Golden Gales. His dad's celebrating a birthday tonight. So we want to say happy birthday to Andy Hanshey's dad, Sean. That's from Tara, who's watching in North Carolina tonight.
That's awesome. Now, did she give her dad's age?
She did not.
Okay.
So happy birthday to Sean Hanshey. He's got a couple of very good kids here at Lancaster High School. Had both of them in class. Andy tonight playing center for the Golden Gales. 4th down and goal from just outside the 1-yard line for the Cruisers. They've been stood up 3 times in a row. And on the pitch, it's bobbled, but he picks it back up. You can't get a better bounce than that, but we've got a flag coming in. That's going to be a hold on Groveport. How about the bounce, though, on the bobbled pitch?
Well, if we go back to the older days with grass, that's probably not going to do that, Jared.
Bounced right back up to Jaleel Underdown, and he dances in for the
5.
touchdown, but it's coming back. And here might be a field goal opportunity for the Cruisers.
Jeff, number 58, he grabbed him and threw him down to the ground.
You heard it there.
It's about as clear as it gets.
Yep. So it'll be a field goal opportunity, officially a 32-yarder. And on to kick it will be number 36. That's Fade Kamara.
Yeah, he kicks their shorter, which they consider shorter.
32 yards is a short one, huh? Almost blocked. He had pressure, and that one's going to be. And there's another flag. This is going to give Groveport a first down. We'll get the call here from the official.
Yeah, that's just not a good play.
Not at all.
We're going to have a personal foul roughing the kicker on number 9.
Okay, that's automatic first.
Then we're going to have a dead ball and sportsmanlike conduct on number 9.
Well, I'm glad to see him take him off the field, Jared. Young man has to learn you
Personal
cannot
foul.
respond that way.
Roughing the kicker. Number 9 on the defense. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 9 on the defense. Being forced half the distance. First down.
So first and goal for Groveport. It's half the distance to the goal line. So you've just cost your team a big stop right there. And what could be points for Groveport Madison. As you said, they did the coaching staff did the right thing, pulling him off the field. And you see Coach Solt there having a conversation with the young man. And
well, we've talked a lot about this in sports as we get an opportunity to cover teams, and players will make mistakes.
Right.
But you don't get a second mistake.
Right.
Like that.
First and goal for the Cruisers at the 5-yard line. Here's Underdown. And he's going to be wrapped up right about the 3-yard line. Riley Poston in on a stop for the Gales. Poston came out of that safety spot to make the stop on Underdown. Second down and goal from the 3. Clock rolls at 5:39 to play in the first quarter. No score here at Fulton Field. Glad you're with us on an absolutely gorgeous night for high school football here in Ohio. Quick give.
Sweep.
To Jaden Sawyer, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. 21 on the stop. That's Briston Poe. This Lancaster defense has played really well so far.
Jared, they're very active. Their effort's tremendous. And even on the penalty on the field goal, that was an effort.
Sure.
It wasn't lack of effort. That was, you made a mistake.
It's an aggressive mistake. Yeah.
But the response that he had to it was the negative part of the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah. But their effort's been tremendous.
Briston Poe also with 15 tackles on the season, 7 of those solo. Here's the give to Underdown. Gets out of one tackle, and he's not going to get out of that one. Wrapped up just about the 10-yard line, and a loss again on the play. This Gales defense is fired up.
You got to love the fight they have right now.
So here comes another attempt at a field goal on 4th down and goal from just outside the 10-yard line.
What are we looking at? About a 27, 28-yarder now?
See where he puts down his tee. He'll put it down at the 17-yard line, so it will be a 27-yard attempt for Kamara. Good snap. Kick is away, and it's good.
Well,
but I tell you what, if you're the Gales defense and your coaching staff, you got to be pleased with how they held up right there.
they have to be elated defensively.
I mean, Groveport had 1st and goal on the 2 after the turnover. Twice.
Twice. They committed penalties, which shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Quite an interesting scenario here. Here's Kamara. Look at him. He's very accurate. And actually, both their kickers are soccer players, Jared.
Huh.
They're not at football practice every day. They're playing soccer, too, and, they can contribute.
I tell you, Kamara, he's a big kid.
He is.
5'9", 180 for a kicker. That's good size.
It is. Well, and then they have Asamoah, who does what they call their distance kicks, and we'll see if he kicks off here, but he kicked a 52-yarder in the first week.
Wow. So the Cruisers on the board first with the field goal with 3:42 to play here in the first quarter. We've got an injury on the field, a Groveport Madison player. This is the second injury we've seen for them tonight. And, Tim, let's talk a little bit about the history of these two teams. They haven't played in a while, but now they're back together again in the same division of the OCC. But it's been a while since they've met in football.
Well, 2015 they played, and Groveport did not have a very, very good season, and Lancaster had beaten them, but they have not played for 5 years here, or this 4-year gap between games. But, that doesn't look too good.
Not good at all.
Is that Gossett?
Yes, it is Gossett.
Oh, boy.
Clarence Gossett.
Oh, boy, you hate to see that.
So Gossett going to be checked out on the near sideline with the Lancaster trainers and doctor, medical team.
I wouldn't make a very good physician, Jared.
Me either. Looks like maybe a shoulder injury. They might just pop it back in and let him go. But as you mentioned, Tim, they haven't played since 2015. But leading up to that, how many years has it been since Groveport has beaten Lancaster?
I think since 1997, I think
Wow.
Coach Westcamp was saying.
And that's when Coach Westcamp played, right?
Yes.
Good return here for the Gales. On the return, that's number 15 for Lancaster, David Roby.
And actually, Lancaster has a 16-game winning streak against Groveport. Now, Groveport has totally changed the whole setting and culture there.
Absolutely.
Their whole facility, if you haven't been over there, people, go look at it.
Yep.
It is beautiful. They've had some contributions and some people, I think Le'Veon Bell kicked in some money to help their facilities. They have a brand-new high school. And Steve Petros, their athletic director, is running the ship over there, especially for athletics.
Yeah. 1st and 10 Gales. Johnson gives off to Sherrick. Sherrick following his blocker. What a nice job by the lead blocker and the running back. The lead blocker there, 52. That's Tanner Taylor for the Gales. Just a great job by both those guys. Taylor pulled around, and then Sherrick just had a hand on his back, just following him right through.
Get back to doing what you do well.
Second and less than 1 for the Gales at their own 38-yard line. Quick give.
Wow.
First man through. That's a first down for Parker Hill.
Really, really, really good point of attack blocking right there, Jared. If you give Lancaster 5 yards per carry, looks like Gossett might be okay.
Yeah, he's
heading around
walking
the
back around to the other side.
Right here, you
can
can
here. That was
see
that previous play.
Yeah, but shot out of a cannon, straight line running, hard, physical. Gotta like it. Groveport's got 3 down linemen.
Johnson this time gives off to Caleb Sampson, and not much there. Brought down by 21. That's Michael Robinson.
Very good tackle, him coming from defensive backfield.
2nd and 10. Clock down to 2:27 to play in the first quarter. Cruisers lead it 3-0.
Neither team is going to fool each other. They both run the same offenses. Groveport's gotten a lot of their ideas and formed their program, offensive program from Lancaster. So it's going to be out who the best man is at their positions.
Here's Carroll. Hit almost immediately.
Again.
Falls forward for a couple yards. 21 once again.
Yeah.
On the stop. That's Michael Robinson.
Yep, he's coming right up and sticking it.
Big third down here for Lancaster. 3rd and 8.
Now, he's one of the few sophomores that gets a play.
Yeah, you've got 31 seniors, that much experience.
Well, their senior,
you've got to be pretty good as an underclassman to break that lineup.
You're right. And their senior, junior, and but Gossett usually plays, so he stepped in, and, boy, he's showing himself right now.
Yeah,
I want
right.
more time.
You're right. Little reset here offensively, and Coach Albertini didn't like what he saw there. Somebody didn't know where they were supposed to be, so they call a timeout on 3rd down and 8. Again, our timeouts tonight brought to you by the Carriage Company, which is located at 1031 North Memorial Drive. You can check out their website at carriagecompany.com. Tim, you had a chance to talk to new head coach at Groveport West Camp, and he had some really, really good things to say about their kids, and not just about them as athletes, but just as people, in which we got a chance to observe the respect that they showed before the game as the Lancaster Band of Gold's playing the national anthem. Every single one of them just standing at attention with their helmet on the ground, just paying attention to what was going on. And, when they had the moment of silence for 9/11, you can just tell that those guys, they really care. They've got a lot of pride in their school and their team and their coaching staff.
Well, they had gone through some tough times, and Coach Westcamp and I had an opportunity to talk about that. And I don't put anybody at blame when that happens or whatever, but when I look out, and we talked about stats earlier, I watch effort and body language, number 1 and 2. That tells you a lot about what's getting taught to these young people.
3rd down and 8 for Lancaster. Titan Johnson out of the shotgun, looking to pass on the near side, has time, rolls out, hits his man, but he couldn't haul it in. That's George Sherrick, the intended receiver. Good pass by Titan.
Great throw.
George just couldn't haul it in, and it's going to bring up a punting situation for the Gales. Last time the Gales punted, the snap went over the head of the punter, Isaac Pellini, and all the way back inside the 5-yard line. Better snap this time. Pellini, a short punt, high punt, almost lands on top of Roland Boyce, and he's able to down it at about the 36-yard line.
We'll see who starts making some adjustments here, Jared, because nobody's been super efficient offensively. And Groveport, they're used to having high success offensively.
Yeah.
We talked about the Thunder and Lightning, and Lancaster's going to try and take one of those away and then limit the other. You can't totally stop everything.
Groveport's offense still over on the sideline meeting with their offensive coaches. Play clock is running. Play clocks are not up and running on the field, so the official's keeping it. I'm assuming that has to do with the new press box that's being built, which is not complete yet. Still some wiring to be done. But typically Lancaster has those play clocks in the back of the end zone, which makes it very nice. Here's McGraw. Not much on that carry. Brought down by number 53 for the Gales. That's Zendale Graff. Graff is a 3-year starter on that defensive line for the Gales.
Yep, he stands out. He always does.
Yeah, we remember watching him and calling games when he was a freshman, and he was impressive then. He got a little bit of playing time as a freshman and then became a starter as a sophomore. He's a senior now. Here's McGraw again, and again hit immediately. This time it's Roland Boyce on the stop.
McGraw on the carry, tackled by number 1, Roland Boyce, 3rd and 4.
Their defense making really good reads
They are.
here.
3rd down and 4 upcoming for the Cruisers. Rogers will bring him up. Again, it will be McGraw. And a timeout going to be called. No, that's the end of the first quarter. Time runs out. Even though you're down 3-0, Lancaster coaches have to be very pleased, especially with their defense. They played really well so far.
Yeah, you just got to become a little more efficient offensively. At least, maintain the ball so your defense doesn't get worn down, because it's going to be a physical game.
Yeah. Some other games going on around the area, not just tonight, but last night as well. The Fisher Catholic Irish dropped to 0-3, but they put up a good fight against Worthington Christian last night. 38-17 was the final. Worthington Christian moves to 3-0. Other games tonight, a big one in Fairfield County. Both teams 2-0. Amanda Clear Creek at Bloom Carroll. That's going to be a dog fight out at the home of the Bulldogs.
That's been a very good game the last several years.
Hamilton Township at 1-1 goes to Fairfield Union tonight, who's looking for their first victory. Liberty Union's off to a great start. They're 2-0, they're at Whitehall tonight.
Well, congrats to them coming off an 0-10 season. That's totally regrouping.
Yeah. Also 2-0, Bern Union is on the road. They're at Rosecrans, who's 0-1. Rosecrans, nice to see them back at 11-man football this year after taking a year of playing 8-man football. And Grove City Christian at 1-1 is at Fairfield Christian Academy, who's also 1-1 so far this season. Third down at 4 for the Cruisers as we begin the second quarter. You talk about shot out of a cannon shoe. There it is, Jaleel Underdown.
Yeah, and he just picks his spots really good. Great footwork, got good vision. You can see it on that play right there. Showed a lot of his strength. And he's low, Jared.
Yeah.
He's not easy to find.
Just 5'9", 185 pounds. Best carry he's had tonight right there.
Yes, straight ahead.
1st and 10. Right behind quarterback Rogers is the two-headed monster, McGraw and Underdown. It's McGraw taking the handoff and just bowling his way forward for about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, when you can get your fullback 4 or 5 yards in the wing tee, as we've said over the years, that really, really kicks this offense in gear.
Of course, there's somebody on that Lancaster side that knows fullbacks well, Coach Rob Carpenter.
A little bit. Rob was a very good receiver, though, Jared, also.
Yeah, that's true. Had good hands. Here's Underdown, dancing around and scooting his way forward almost for a first down. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 1 at the 40.
When you watch him run, you almost get the feeling that he's thinking score every time he gets it. And that you love that in a player.
Looks like they stopped him right about the 40, so it's 3rd and 2 at the 40-yard line. Groveport taking a long time to snap the football. Maybe changing the play at the line of scrimmage, and now we're going to get a timeout. Yeah, Coach Westcamp and his crew want a timeout. They were taking a while to get that play
I think
off.
The back judge was down to 1 second.
Yeah. Almost looked like the quarterback and the running backs wanted to change the play at the line of scrimmage.
Well, if I'm Jaleel, I'm asking for it every time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Last week's results around the area, we mentioned Lancaster dropped one to Central Crossing 21-18. Again, turnovers plagued them in that game just like it did the first week. Bern Union beat Fairfield Christian Academy 54-0. It was Amanda Clear Creek on an emotional night. They got a big win over Logan, 17-12.
Yeah, with all they had going on,
yeah,
with their student body and everything, that was glad to see that.
Absolutely. 3rd down and 2 here for the Cruisers. Underdown again. This time he's got enough for the first down up to about the 36-yard line.
Good job, though, by Lancaster. You got to keep him, inside the tackles. Not that he can't hurt you, but, boy, if he gets on the perimeter, there's no way.
First and 10 for Groveport at the Lancaster 37-yard line. Underdown in motion, then resets. Rogers pass over the head. I think his intended receiver stopped running momentarily. John Motton III was the intended receiver. What a beautiful touch on that pass by Isaiah Rogers.
Well, they haven't had to throw it the first 2 weeks, and that's something that you're going to have in your arsenal. You know, we've talked about that when we watch wing T teams. You don't have to throw it a lot, but you got to be effective and have that part of the arsenal.
Right.
You can see right here, he's way behind the defensive backs.
2nd and 10 for Groveport. Under down, takes a handoff, gets around the left side and steps out of bounds. Looks like they're going to mark it right about the 31, so to bring up a 3rd down and right about 5 yards.
That's something else when you have a team that you want to run the ball and you want to maintain the clock and so you don't want your players to necessarily go out of bounds.
Right.
And that's coached. Now in this situation, I don't know whether they're okay with it where they are in this this portion of the game.
Big 3rd down here for the Lancaster defense. 3rd and 5. McGraw on the carry. Boy, he runs over top of one of his own men trying to get to that 1st down marker, and it's going to be close. Side judge over on this side is calling for 4th down, and it is going to be a 4th down and less than 1.
Well, I'm not making.
They might measure this.
Yeah, they might. And I know if it's that short where I'm going with it. You can watch here.
Oh, they called it. The referee gave him the 1st down.
Look at his will. Watch his will here, Jared.
Yeah, that's great effort.
It is. It's just a will. He ran over Barnett Curtis, his teammate. He'll learn to get out of his way.
1st and 10 for Groveport. 9-10 and counting here in the 1st half. Cruisers lead it 3-0 on a 27-yard field goal by Fode Kamara. Under down as whistles blow and
delay.
Yeah, delay of game on Groveport.
Dead ball, delay game. On the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Boy, you just hate that as a coach, especially when you just got a 1st down.
Yep. Backs him up 5 to the 32-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the, or 1st and 15 from the 32. Rogers directs a little traffic, sends his receiver Elijah Akins out to the left side, resets him over there. Here's McGraw. Good move back toward the middle. Man, look at him just run. He's a hard runner.
He's just a tough kid. Anybody that plays fullback and defensive line, Jared, my hat tip off my hat to them.
5'11", 240 pounds. Little a la Craig Ironhead Hayward here. Watch this.
Yep. It's a good.
Boom! Right
a good
there.
Analogy.
Yeah, if you don't get low on him, you're not bringing him down. Even if you do get low, he's got that much more weight on you.
Well, and he runs hard.
Yes, he does.
Not
2nd and 6 at the 23-yard line. Jaylon Ricks splits out wide to the right, and we've got a timeout called by Groveport. That's their 2nd. So each team both with 1 timeout left as we have 8:01 to play in the 1st half.
And let's give a big shout out to Buffalo Wild Wings. Thanks to Larry Tipton and the crew for great food, great service, and the best sports viewing in town.
We have Groveport at 10-9.
It's all at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Plaza Shopping Center on North Memorial Drive. And remember, every one of our football games will be televised with their instant replay immediately after the game at the Buffalo Wild Wings Lancaster location.
Checking some scores from other games. So far, no score out of Bloom Carroll between Amanda and Bloom Carroll. Fairfield Christian leads Grove City Christian 6-0 in the second quarter. Hamilton Township leads Fairfield Union 7-0 in the first quarter. And no score at Whitehall between Liberty Union and Whitehall, the Rams. Byrne Union leads Rosecrans 21-6 in the first quarter. Here's Underdown, cutting back to the middle. Look at him dance around. He's got the first down and more. Still on his feet. Jaleel Underdown down inside the 10-yard line.
That's great feet. That was not a very big gap that he worked through.
It was not. Briston Poe on the stop for the Gales.
Watch here on the replay. Gives that
stutter step to the right.
Yeah, called a false step. But watch him here. Keeps his feet moving.
Yeah, those feet are always moving for him, whether he's spinning or chopping. First and goal just inside the 10. Underdown again on the carry. Cuts it all the way back to the near side and inside the 5-yard line. That's what playmakers do. They make something out of nothing.
Well, plus Groveport's gotten a little rhythm in this drive. Have you kind of noticed?
Yeah,
even though they had that penalty delay, they countered that with a very good gain on first down, and now they're in rhythm here a little bit.
Second and goal, ball spotted at the 3-yard line. Actually, I say the ball spotted there. It's actually a beanbag there. Now the ball's there. With the new rules for COVID, the center takes the ball to the huddle. Here's McGraw. McGraw dives into the end zone for the touchdown for Groveport. J. Sean McGraw in for the score with 6:46 to play in the first half. Got this offset lineup for the extra point. It'll be Fode Kamara to kick it.
Muddle huddle.
Almost blocked, and it might have. Yeah. Somebody might have gotten a hand on it. It's no good.
I'm not sure if he got a hand, but it did, cause him to miss the extra point. Here you go. Here's Thunder. Jumping rope inside there.
Yeah. All right, Shu, let's talk about something. That extra point there, I'm not a football coach. I've never been a football coach. I know you aren't either. But with all the movement, the pre-snap movement that goes on, do you think that plays a little bit into the timing and what happened there with the potential block or the fingertips getting on the ball and they missed the extra point?
Not really. I think, you had a player that maybe he wasn't as wide as he should have been, and that meant the defender didn't have to be as wide, so there was more pressure on the kick. Jared, they spend tons of time practicing those situations, and in my personal opinion, I don't think that has anything to do with it. There's your deep kickoff.
Yeah. All the way back to the goal line. It's Roby on the return, out across the 20, still on his feet. Still going, and all the way across the 30 to about the 35-yard line. A great return by the sophomore, David Roby. Roby just used his speed, took it from about the goal line all the way out to the 35. They'll spot it at the 34. Roby, a 5'8" sophomore for the Gales, number 15. Now it looks like a little confusion on the Lancaster side as they get ready to start this play. Somebody came in from the sideline and they had too many men.
Yeah.
Dead ball, encroachment, 87 on the offense, 5 yards, first down.
Did he go off ahead of where the ball was spotted? I've never heard of encroachment on offense.
Me neither.
I'll have to refer to our rules interpreter, Tom Stoughton, sometime.
The only thing, what I thought they were going to call there was when the player came off the field, maybe it was 7 and not 87, it almost looked like he came at an angle and went across the line of scrimmage.
He may have. That's probably what the encroachment was.
So 1st and 15. Sherrick in motion, handoff to Hill.
Very good run.
Gets back across the original line of scrimmage to about the 37-yard line. Good run. Give him about 8 on the carry. Titan Johnson under center. Here's Hill again. Good job by Hill to keep his balance there and go forward for a couple more yards after the hit.
Put his hand down and gain 3 more yards.
Third down and 3 here for the Gales.
You notice Lancaster has a video over here on the sideline now.
It's not an iPad. that's a nice big screen for all those guys to see.
It's an iPad for Andre the Giant, maybe. I mean, that's.
Third down and 3. Handoff to the first man through. That's Hill, Parker Hill. And it's going to be close. I think he got it, but now flags coming in late. 2 of them. We'll see what the officials sort out here.
Result of the play is a first down. Dead ball, personal foul. Number 2 on the defense, 15 yards from the end of the play, first down.
Wow, so that's a big one for the Gales. They get the first down plus 15 extra yards on the dead ball foul.
I love it. Guess where he's heading?
Yeah, again, that's both sides. We've seen
I love that,
both
Jared.
sides. They've called guys off the field who have gotten those silly penalties.
Get a little
That's
counseling.
good coaching.
That is good coaching.
Sherrick in motion. He'll take the handoff, trying to get to the outside. Is he going to make it? He's not. He's going to be wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. I think he might have fumbled the football just by the reaction over on the far side. I guess he didn't, but it's going to be a loss on the play.
Well, Groveport's lateral defense of movement there was just outstanding.
Yeah.
Jared. They just kept stretching and stretching it. Roby couldn't get his shoulders squared heading up the field.
Here's that replay.
Or Sherrick, I mean.
Nice job, 38. I thought it was 38. He did fumble the football, but it goes out of bounds. 28 on the stop. That's Marcus Holmes. We've called his name quite a bit tonight on defense for the Cruisers. 2nd down and 13 for Lancaster. It's a counter play, and Sherrick and the running back on the far side couldn't see who that was. They ran into each other. That was Caleb Sampson. So 3rd down and 13 for the Gales. Clock rolls at 4:40 to play in the first half. See what Coach Albertini pulls out of the playbook here with 3rd and 13. Splitting out far to the near side. That's Trevor Roby. Johnson hits his near man. That's Sherrick, and a good job defensively. Number 20 for the Cruisers. That's Michael Davis.
Very, very well defended.
So just about a yard gained on the play on the screen pass. So 4th down and 12, and the Gales will be forced to punt and try to pin him back deep. Pelini gets the punt away. He felt the pressure. He angles it to the sideline, and we'll see where they decide that it went out. So he goes where it landed, and then he walks up. And looks like the 18-yard line is where they're going to spot it.
Don't you think they'd have a class for that for officials? Because I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't either.
mean, that's tough. No, it's really hard.
Not very often that the side judge gets all the focus on him, but on that, they do.
No, I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying you almost ought to have a class for that.
Yeah, I just wonder what why the protocol is what it is, to go where the ball ended up, but then walk up to where you think it went out of bounds.
Well,
It's a judgment call.
Well, and you're guessing an imaginary line that runs up from the sidelines.
Right.
It's like when you hit a home run over the foul pole that doesn't extend high enough.
Yeah. Why is it called a foul pole? Why isn't it called a fair pole?
Yeah, that's a good point also.
McGraw on the carry, picks up a couple on the play up across the 20.
Well, you've coached baseball at Fairfield Union, and 20-some years ago, Coach Nelson and I still have a debate whether the ball was fair or foul down that left field foul line. It was so high, and you know how short that foul pole was?
I do.
And
not only that, but the fence is short too.
And
so.
It banked
wow.
out there in the outfield,
Yes, you're right.
I'm like, here's what I got. He will argue today.
2nd down and 7. Clock under 3 minutes to play in the first half. I want to invite you to stay tuned for our halftime band show. We'll tell you about that in just a couple moments. Here's Underdown. And a good job by the Lancaster defense trying to see the number. Looked like Aiden Rings leading the charge there on the tackle.
Yeah,
number 80.
Right. I really like that play, though. That gets the ball in his hands quick, Jared. He's on the perimeter. You don't have to worry about a lot of things. And then let him play because he can scoot.
Yeah. Rings, a 6'3" junior. Came out of that near defensive end spot and ran all the way to the far side, which is impressive to track down Underdown like he did. Third down and 6 for the Cruisers. Here's Underdown again. And he's broken free. Broken free, but only out to the 41. A nice job to recover. 21 for the Gales, Briston Poe.
But you watched the cut after about 7 or 8 yards through there, Jared. He made an outstanding cut. Wasn't fancy, but it was so solid that it got him another 12 to 15 yards. Watch right here, this next one. See that cut right there?
Yeah.
And then that one gets him. He's heading for the sideline. An outstanding running back.
Yep. 1st and 10. Clock rolling under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Here's McGraw on this carry. And he'll pick up a couple on the play. Briston Poe came off after that last play. I think he took a knee or a foot. Anytime you tackle like that, you have to dive and wrap up. Boy, that's dangerous. You get the back of the heel into your midsection. That's tough. And he came off the sideline. I think he's going to be all right. He was working out over there.
That's like in their backfield. It's like having a semi and then you give it to a Ferrari. You know? Kind of what it reminds me of.
Yeah, you're right. 2nd down and 8, under a minute to play in the first half. Both teams with one timeout left. Rogers dropped the snap, and now, it's intercepted over on the far side. Eli Rathburn going to take it to the house for the touchdown for the Gales.
Puts him back in the game.
That's a perfect tip drill, too, but we've got
sure
a flag.
That's
we've
holding.
Got a flag on the play.
I saw the hold, Jared. It was right in the middle of the field.
Although one of the Gales players is waving like, hey, it's going to be on us.
No, I saw offensive lineman holding.
But a great job on the tip drill, and Eli Rathburn to pull it in and run it for a touchdown. But we'll see what they call here.
Hold.
Yeah, you're right, Shu.
On the offense. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
It's one of those who, even though we're not professional officials, you can
I had
tell.
the tackle over here, just bear hug the kid.
Yeah, that's a pretty good description. He bear hugged him.
Whoa, now we've got another flag. Is that on a Lancaster coach?
Then it's a sideline warning.
Just one of the sideline warnings.
Yeah, coach was way out by the
All
numbers.
Right, we had the 2 other penalties. This is going to be sideline warning. This is on sideline warning. Lancaster, that's their first.
Always wonder why they actually throw the flag on that.
Yes, because I didn't.
Just tell
Well,
them.
because the next time, in that way, it's more It's kind of like they've gone to that in high school baseball.
Yeah.
Your warning, if you get warned, that is now marked.
Yeah.
I had very few warnings.
Wait for the whistle. Wait for the whistle. Wait for the whistle.
So Polini on to kick the extra point. This will, with a make, will put him back to within 2. Boy, what a turn of events there right at the end of the half.
Huge
for
play.
The Gales. Good snap. And the kick is up, and I think he missed it. Wide to the left. So it will remain a 3-point game. Here's a replay. Watch how it goes through the hands of one defender. I believe it was Keaton Jacobs.
Look like it almost got tipped at the line,
right
Jared.
there. But then Eli Rathburn just in the right place at the right time and then just turns on the Jets for the touchdown.
Clear sailing down the sideline.
Boy, as an interceptor right there, and you see nothing but green in front of you. You got to like that feeling. Want to invite you to stay tuned. Coming up, our halftime band show in just a little under a minute. It'll be brought to you by the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Crematory, and Monuments, family owned and operated since 1889. Check them out at funeralhome.com. The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home. Respect for tradition, regard for change. Halftime Band Show will also be brought to you by Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. The difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Not a bad return here, but flags coming in from everywhere. I could hear Coach Albertini from up here yelling, that's a clip.
Yeah, I thought it was raining yellow flags there for a while.
So we'll get the officials' call.
What do you got, Jeff? All right, I had a blindside block on 25.
Blocking back on 48.
So 2 penalties.
So they're going to take the blind
Groveport.
side, because that's going to be 15.
I'd always ask, can we have them both?
48 blocking a black. I got 25 blindside block. All right.
Here's the official call.
Block in the back. Number 48 on the return team. That penalty is declined. Blindside block. Number 25 on the return team. That'll be enforced half the distance to the goal. First down.
Sure, our officials tonight have done an outstanding job.
They really have.
I don't know if we've got a slate ready to go so we can give credit to those guys and name our officials, but they've done a great job. The entire crew, there they are. And referee Todd Sarver's done a good job with the calls.
Very clear, very defined. Umpires David Poling, the linesman Jeff Horton. The line judge is Tim Goggin, and the back judge is Chris Worm.
So this will back up Groveport inside their own 10-yard line with 36 seconds to play in the first half. The Cruisers lead at 9-6.
I will say, you always learn something every night. You can have encroachment on the offense.
Yeah. And the only thing I can figure is when the
left.
extra player came off the field, he went in an angle and came across the line of scrimmage.
Yep. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Learn something all the time, right?
If you pay attention.
Yep.
You tell students that.
I heard a good one as well. Speaking of learning, everybody talks about W's and L's in sports, wins and losses. I heard a youth coach, and I love it. He said, we don't lose, we learn. We don't lose, we learn. He turned the L into learn instead of loss. I love it.
That's a good mindset.
Clock going to run out here. The Cruisers just going to let it go. And a great first half for the Golden Gales, especially defensively. They get the pick right at the end of the half to pull to within 3. 9-6 is the score here at halftime at Fulton Field. Coming up, the halftime band show. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. The Lancaster Band of Gold. It'll be brought to you by the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home and also Fairfield Federal. Stay tuned for the halftime band show, the Lancaster Band of Gold. This is the Interface Video Productions Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week.
Buckeye Toyota, the hometown dealer who's here to help. We're honored to partner with countless schools, churches, and even local hospitals like Fairfield Medical Center.
One of the benefits we appreciate is the partnership between Buckeye Toyota and Walker shoes.
We would give nurses free shoes for all they do for all the patients at Fairfield Medical Center. We look forward to partnering with Buckeye Toyota for a long, long time.
Thank you for calling Buckeye Toyota. How may I help you?
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm a recovering addict. For 10 of the last 11 years, I've been struggling with addiction, homelessness, incarceration, and just loneliness. However, since getting clean this past year, I've accomplished more than I have in those 10 years combined. After attending outpatient counseling services, inpatient counseling services, living in a sober living house, and attending 12-step meetings, I've been able to regain control of my life and begin to achieve goals I've always dreamed of. Addiction can destroy lives in many ways. Whether you need help with childcare or financial assistance, everyone deserves a new beginning. Recovery supports are just that, supports for recovery. My life mattered. Your life matters too.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
Buckeye Toyota, the hometown dealer who's here to help. Family owned for over 40 years and proudly helping with all of your automotive needs. We're honored to partner with countless schools, churches, and even local hospitals like Fairfield Medical Center.
When it comes to hometown support, Fairfield Medical Center and the Fairfield Medical Center Foundation need the support of our community and our community sponsors like Buckeye Toyota.
Thank you for calling Buckeye Toyota. How may I help you?
I was at work on Friday morning and I had a massive heart attack. They took me to Fairfield Medical Center where they had the cath lab and everything all set up and ready for me when I arrived. They had to shock me 3 times to bring me back, and they didn't give up. I was there for 12 days, and I felt comfortable there. Everybody was just so kind and so nice. It was a great team, I can tell you. Wouldn't be for that team there, I wouldn't be alive today. Experience Fairfield Medical Center.
Come experience the Huddle Tire difference. Locally owned and operated since 1910, we're your independent tire and auto repair shop. We carry all major brands of tires, including Goodyear, Cooper, BF Goodrich, and many more. But we're more than just tires. From safety inspections to alignments, brakes, shocks, and struts, even preventive maintenance, we can handle it all. Enjoy the ride at Huddle Tire Company, 300 South Columbus Street, or we can be reached at our website at huddletire.com.
Tricia sent me a text, said 17-0. I said, that doesn't help. Carol or Amanda? Yeah. Okay, 17-0. Trying to be smart.
And now, let's get excited. Put your hands together for Friday Night Favorite, 7 Nation Army. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your 2020 Lancaster High School Band of Gold. The band is under the direction of Mr. Benjamin Johnson, Mr. Jerry Smith, percussion instructor Mr. Jay Pence, and color guard instructors Mr. Dale and Heidi Canfield. Thank you for your continued support of Lancaster High School Band. Our virtual fundraising campaign is underway. Please visit our website, lancasterbands.com, and click on the support tab. And as always, please support our band users tonight by visiting the concession stand under the grandstand.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, North Body Shop, Park National Bank, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, the Carriage Company, the Huddle Tire Company, Fairfield Federal, Sheridan Funeral Home, Buckeye Toyota, and Standing Stone Bank.
Welcome back to Fulton Field at halftime here. The Groveport Madison Cruisers lead the Lancaster Golden Gales 9-6 in what was a very, very good first half. Obviously some mistakes, some penalties, but as far as the play on the field, both teams played very well. Very impressed with the defense on both sides.
Oh, effort's tremendous, Jared, and just the intensity, especially at the point of attack. It's really fierce. Coach Westcamp told me he was very, very concerned about this game because he said, number one, they haven't been on the road yet.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what it's like packing them up the first
That's
time
true.
and traveling? And he's right. And secondly, he said, Lancaster will play us tough, and they're always better in week 3 than they were in week 2.
Yeah.
And he said, so this will be good for us. He felt it would be good, but he goes, I don't know how much sleep I'll get.
So far, here's the play of the first half for the Golden Gales. This was under a minute to play in the half. This is Eli Rathburn on the tip drill, taking the interception through the hands of one of his teammates and takes it into the house for the touchdown to pull them to within 3. They missed the extra point, but 9-6 is much more manageable. And there, I believe Lancaster gets the ball to start the second half.
They do. Yeah, just to be in the game, you've heard a lot. We gave our kudos and praises out to Groveport, which has done a fantastic job here in the last year and a half. But you got to love that Lancaster came to play tonight.
Want to send our best down to Coach Carpenter. We mentioned Coach Carpenter earlier in the ball game, and we noticed that he's not on the sideline. I guess he's ill. He was taken to the hospital today, and we certainly, wish him the best. I'm not sure if he's able to watch tonight, but Coach, if you're watching, team's playing well. We certainly wish you the best, and hope to see you back here next Friday night.
Prayers to Rob and all the family. That's for sure.
And of course, while we're on that note, certainly want to send our condolences, our best wishes, our thoughts, and our prayers out to the family of Del Bar. Just a unfortunate tragedy to lose Del Bar. Had battled some cancer and some other health issues, and was just coaching basketball up until last winter. With the Fisher Catholic girls basketball team. Here's footage of when he took the Liberty Union Lady Lions to a state championship back in the 90s. And I tell you, to lose Del Bar, Fairfield County has certainly lost a quality individual.
Well, I can tell you this. He's a gem.
Yeah.
He would help anybody at any time, do anything for anybody. He did a lot of different things for a lot of different schools in our county and always represented himself and his teams very well. We're going to miss him.
That we are. And, of course, if you listen to the airwaves in Fairfield County high school sports, and you heard Del, a lot. Not only was he a coach, but he was a broadcaster and a teacher. And just there you see Del there on the right. And, boy, we just want to send our best to his family. And you said it, Shu. He's definitely going to be missed.
Nah, it gives me chills, Jared, because we always saw him at all the events. And as I grew into the teaching and coaching field here in Lancaster, I've known him for so long. And, you just kind of take it for granted sometimes that everybody's always going to be here. And as I like to say, and I say it to you sometimes, enjoy every day we get, partner.
Yeah, absolutely. Good return on the opening kickoff for the second half for the Gales. I believe it was Nasir Robinson carrying it all the way out across the 40, and here's a good carry on first down for the Gales.
Yeah, a little momentum coming out of that locker room, Jared. When you score like that at the end of a half.
Yep. Parker Hill on the carry.
Well, the one thing, too, that the Groveport kids have got to learn, and as part of it, they're coming off the best season they've had in decades.
Yeah.
So, you're not going to be able to waltz through this.
Yeah.
And I don't think they are, but it's a different mindset.
You talk about that season that they had. I mean, they didn't just make it to the playoffs. They had success in the playoffs.
No, when you beat those two teams we talked about in the pregame in Liberty and Davidson, you're talking big time. And they beat Pickerington during the season, who ended up winning the daggone state championship.
Yeah. That's very impressive.
It is.
3rd down and 5 here for the Gales. Sherritt goes in motion. Hand off to Hill right up the middle, and maybe second effort might have gotten him the first down. I don't know, though. The way they're looking like they're spotting it, he might be short by about a yard or maybe less than a yard.
I think you are correct.
Fans are yelling, go for it. There's a reason why they're in the stands, though, and the coaches are on the field. That's a tough spot right there to go for it. When you're only down by 3, you play the field position game right here, pin him back, and then if you can get a stop. Or you get him to draw them off sides. And they might have, it's going to be on the Gales.
Yeah. Yeah, there's two minds, two thoughts there, and whatever works is the one that you should have done.
Yeah. So it's procedure on the Gales, backs him up, 4th down and 6. Isaac Pellini to punt it away. Better punt this time. He's hit late, no flag. And a good job on the coverage team. No return for the Groveport Madison Cruisers.
I'm surprised they didn't just get
running into at least. He was definitely pushed after the punt. I mean, the punt was well away. It wasn't a dangerous play, but still. So the Cruisers take over, 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line, leading at 9-6 over the Gales here at Fulton Field. Of course, with the new rules that we have in place for this year, the teams, Groveport Madison spent their halftime in the end zone, did not get the opportunity to go to the locker room. The Gales were able to use their locker room, but only a limited capacity, so some of the guys had to stay outside the locker room. So just a weird situation that these players are experiencing this year. But I'm sure that they'll take it. I mean, to be able to be on the field means a lot.
Well, Jared, it's 2020, and there's not been very many things that are so-called normal at this point, so I'm not shocked by hardly anything at this point.
Yeah. 2nd down and 5. Here's a pitch out to Underdown, and I think he's got enough for the 1st down, maybe.
I think he made a good catch on that pitch.
He did. Looked like he was a little behind him.
Yeah, he made just a good catch, and his feet were going.
He got the 1st down, 1st and 10 for the Cruisers at their own 39-yard line. Leading at 9-6 in week number 3 here of the 2020 high school football season. Just 3 more weeks left in the regular season. I think it's coming up this week that teams are to declare if they want to play in the playoffs.
That's correct.
Underdown. Nothing there. No. Nice job by the defense of the Gales.
Well defended. Cannot let him bounce to the outside. Even though he can make yards inside, you still have a much better chance of keeping him under control.
2nd down and 9.
But if you're a good team coming off the season like Groveport had, this is what you want, Jared. You got to find some things out.
Yep.
Because their first 2 weeks were really not competitive.
That's true. McGraw, short carry. Give him a few on the play. Bring up a big 3rd down right here.
Well, I'm going with the Ferrari, that's for sure.
Yeah. Third down and 5. Gales fans getting into it. Players on the sideline getting into it. Unfortunately, no student section. Here's a pass down the field, and it's over the head of Elijah Akins. Incomplete in a punting situation coming up for the Cruisers.
You know, how hard is it really to complete those long passes from hash to sideline when you just don't do that very much?
Right.
That's tough, Jared. I give the kids a break on it. I mean, he's really put the ball out there very nicely, but it's hard to connect.
What's he made? Like 2 passes all
night?
And
the percentages just aren't going to be very good.
Right. Different story if he's thrown that several times.
Well, sure.
Tonight, you know. Fourth and 5. Punt is away. Good punt.
Boomer.
And a good decision by the return man, Deshaun Garnes. He lets it go over his head for a touchback. That's a really good decision because he had pursuit on him, and if he catches that, he's not going to have the yardage that he does from a touchback.
Do you think he even had a chance to catch that?
I don't.
I don't
It was
know.
over
Let's
his
look
head.
and see.
This was that pass play just moments ago.
That's a tough completion.
Yeah.
Even like you said, even if you throw that a lot, that's tough.
So the Gales come out on offense. Second drive of the second half. 1st and 10 at their own 20. Trailing at 9-6, 7:18 to play in the third quarter. Handoff up the middle. It's Parker Hill.
As usual, Lancaster uses a bevy of backs. And they all run well, Jared.
Give him 5 on the carry up to the 25-yard line. 2nd down and 5.
Take that every drive.
Johnson hands it off. First man through. Gets up close to the 30. That's Parker Hill again. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and less than 1. We've seen Hill run it 2 plays in a row. We'll see what they can come up with here on 3rd and less than 1. Right about the 30-yard line. Johnson, hands off, Hill, up the middle to the 50, and into Groveport territory all the way down to the 36-yard line. A great job by Parker Hill.
Well, they blocked that so well. Got a great, it's like more of an angle rather than straight line, Jared.
Yeah.
You ran a slant. Off tackle, and boy, did he run hard.
1st and 10 at the Groveport 37-yard line. Other than the interception earlier, this is the best field position of the night for the Gales. Here's Hill again for the 5th carry in a row, and once again up across the 30, inside the 30. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
No, there's no need to get cute right here. You're blocking them.
Yeah.
Here you see it on the replay. Look here, give him a little stiff arm action at the end. Get him an extra 10 yards, Jared.
And Groveport going to take a timeout, a well-needed timeout here. They're a little bit gassed after this drive from the Gales. Parker Hill has done an outstanding job. And how about that offensive line pushing forward, leading the way for Parker Hill?
Well, if you're gonna run this offense and you're gonna be good at it, it all starts there at the point of attack.
Yeah. 5:22 to play in the third quarter. Gales trail at 9-6, but they are on the move. This is by far their best field position of the night offensively, and this drive looking good.
Well, again, you got rhythm. We talked about Groveport getting some rhythm there early.
Tim, let's talk about the upcoming schedules. We mentioned week 3 and only 3 more weeks to go. Let's talk about who these teams have left.
Well, you look at the Gales. Next week they play a Roundsburg team that is also extremely young. When we say young at this level in Division I, you're talking about a lot of juniors. Hardly any seniors. They've had a good program. So that'll be a big, big game also for Lancaster because that's a division game.
Yeah. Johnson hands off, first man through. That was trying to catch the number. I believe it was number 7. That's Nasir Robinson. He kind of tripped a little bit at the line of scrimmage, but got enough for the first down. First and 10 Gales at the 26-yard line. Sherrick on the carry this time. Short gain. So we saw that Lancaster schedule. How about Groveport?
Well, as we said, the first two games, they really kind of dominated. And I mean, the Reynoldsburg game was 45-0 at one point. So, and, you know, I don't think it hurts Lancaster that Groveport's got Pickerington Central next week. They got to go against the Tigers. So,
yeah,
you know, and then they close out with Newark and Central Crossing.
Clock rolls at 4:30 to play here in this third quarter. Gales on the move. 2nd down and 8. Johnson again gives to Sherrick. Gets up to about the 22. Pulled backwards. So brings us up a 3rd down now.
3rd and 6.
Third and 6 for the Gales. Robinson in motion, handoff to Parker Hill. Hill up across the 20 to about the 18 or 19 yard line. Going to be shy of the 1st down.
Yeah, but I like the call, Jared, because they ran to the left side of the line where they had been predominantly hitting the right side hard. Gave them a little different look there.
Gales will go for it. 4th down and 3 at the Groveport 19-yard line. Hill and Sherrick line up behind Titan Johnson. It'll be Hill, and I don't think he got it. He was hit at the line of scrimmage. They're still trying to push him forward. Man, I don't know. Took forever for the officials to blow it dead. With that extra push, it was close, but I still don't think he got it.
He's marking him at the 18, which is just about a yard and a half short.
That's tough for Lancaster. Had a nice drive all the way down the field and then just stalled out once they got inside the 30. And how about the timeout that Coach Westcamp called? It almost seems like right after that timeout, they got a little bit more life, got their breath, caught their breath a little bit and played good defense.
Well, sometimes timeouts are for organizational structure, and sometimes they're just to change momentum, and that was a very good timeout.
So the Cruisers back on offense with 2:56 to play in the third quarter. They lead at 9-6. Ball spotted at their own 18-yard line. It's McGraw on the carry. Up to about the 21. Second down. And about 7. Give him 3 on the carry. Quarterback Isaiah Rogers turns, hands off to Jaleel Underdown with some speed. A flag comes in. This one might be coming back. Seems like all night tonight, every time Groveport breaks off a nice long run, it comes back.
Hold. Number 66 on the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 2nd down.
You know, we always say sometimes big plays happen because you commit an infraction.
Yeah. And that's a big penalty there. 10 yards will take them all the way back to their own 10-yard line. 2nd down and 19.
Yeah, Lancaster secondary's got to be alert here, though.
Rogers hands it to Underdown, cuts back to the middle, and the defense collapses on him.
Well, you know what they've also done well, Jared? The guys that have come upfield and have tried to pursue, and he gets past them, they stay with it and tackle him from behind.
Yeah, you're right.
That's really good effort. This is a big play as far as field position.
Yeah, you're right. 3rd down and 15 at the 19-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. I didn't see who had the handoff. Was it, I believe it might have been under down.
It was.
But we have a penalty again.
Illegal shift on the offense. Lineman and the receiver were moving at the same time. That penalty be declined, 4th down.
Wow.
So they declined the penalty, gives them 4th down, and Lancaster should get the ball in pretty good field position here.
Well, you just can't say enough about the effort of the Lancaster defenders.
Yeah, absolutely, all night.
They have been outstanding.
So back deep for the Gales, number 5, Deshaun Garnes, to receive the punt. And a whistle and another flag. Going to back them up some more.
Full start against Groveport.
So false start on the Cruisers. Now the punter will stand on the S in Gales in the end zone. Dangerous spot to be here. Good snap. And the punt is away. Lands at the 36. Garnes dangerously tries to field it on a bounce. I think it's recovered by Groveport. Yes, it is.
Boy, that's just not a good decision there.
Not at all.
Nah. Boy, oh boy. Their defense has been put in some really precarious situations tonight.
They sure have.
You know, we had that early scenario in the first quarter back with their backs to the goal line. Now here they just played their fannies off down there to get the ball back, and they got to go back out and compete again.
So 1st and 10 for the Cruisers. They get it back. Here's Underdown across the 35, a short gain on the play.
Yeah, tried to influence right and come back left.
Zindale Graff and Sam Fink on the stop for the Gales.
Yeah, Sam Fink's been really active also in that Gales defense. The whole team has. But sometimes you just keep seeing the same numbers show up.
Yeah.
Making a play.
Sam Fink, the linebacker, built a little bit different than his brother, who graduated a couple years ago, or last year, actually.
Yeah.
Seems like a couple years ago. On 2nd down, a short gain again up across the 40. And time runs out here in the third quarter. So we will head to the 4th with the Gales trailing 9-6. And once again, their defense with a chance here. 3rd down and about 5. If they can get a stop, it'll be big. Let's check some scores from around the area tonight. Grove City Christian leads Fairfield Christian 13-6 in the third quarter. Bloom Carroll all over Amanda Clear Creek 24-0 in the third quarter out at Bloom Carroll. Liberty Union at halftime leads Whitehall 14-12. Liberty Union looking to go 3-0 tonight. Hamilton Township leads Fairfield Union 35-7, and it is Bern Union over Bishop Rosecrans 42-6 at halftime.
Yeah, but we talked about it the first week we saw Bern. They can make some noise in that D7.
Yeah.
That's a good football team.
Absolutely.
It's very experienced. They have some seniors and some other players than younger players that contribute. I think they can make some noise.
And how about Bloom Carroll putting it on Amanda 24-0, and they lost quite a bit in their skill positions, but they're doing a great job so far this season.
Well, Coach Bartholomew does a great job there, and They have been very consistently good here the last several years, and just a fun team to watch.
Big third down here for the Gales defense. Here's the big man, McGraw. I think that second effort got it. He was wrapped up right about the 41 or 42-yard line, but he just bowled his way forward.
Well, Lancaster had great initial penetration, but McGraw's not somebody you just toss to the ground.
No.
Big first down for the Cruisers.
I want to say hi to our statistician, Beth Campetti, watching from Washington, D.C. tonight with her mom. Want to wish Beth's mom the best. She's been dealing with some health issues as well, so we wish her the best. And Beth, they're taking care of her. And I want to say hi to Beth. We miss you, Beth. Definitely miss the stats, but we miss you even more. So hope for the best for your mom, and we hope to see you soon. 1st and 10 for the Cruisers. Reverse pitch here coming around the far side. John Motton III. A great carry here by Motton down inside the 35-yard line to about the 34.
See, that's something they haven't shown, and those are the type of things that you have to have in this offense. You have to have core things you do, but you also got to have a few things that really, really offer the defense something else.
So, Shu, I got a text message from our director, producer, Bob Campetti. You know, I said that we miss Beth's stats, but we miss her more. Bob texts me, I miss her cooking.
Well, that may end with that comment. I'm not touching that one.
1st and 10 for the Cruisers. Once again, under down. Up to near the 25. You just kind of see here on this defensive possession here for the Gales as we watch the replay of that first down carry. Just kind of see they're getting tired. They've been on the field a long time tonight.
And they've played so well. And, you know, it's unfortunate that they had the turnover that just put them right back out there.
You're right. McGraw has the first down up near the 20. Clock rolls at 10:09. So Groveport with another first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line. Cruisers lead at 9-6. Scored early. Then the Gales scored on a pick six. Under a minute to play in the half. Under down this time hit right about the line of scrimmage and goes forward to about the 20. So a short gain on the play. 2nd down and 8. Clock rolls under, 10 minutes to play in the ball game. Here's McGraw. Big hole on the left side. McGraw inside the 5 to the goal line and in for the touchdown. Boy, great job by the offensive line that time. Had a lot of room over on that left side.
Well, he also showed his agility running.
Yeah.
He's not just a straightforward runner. You know, eventually it's just going to take its toll on you in a game that, you know, if you commit penalties or you have turnovers, it just adds up to too many opportunities for the opponent.
Fode Kamara on to kick the extra point. And it is up and it's good.
Yeah, watch him here. Watch his agility. See him bounce?
Yeah.
It's good. And then square back up.
There, yeah.
Yep, that's really good running.
Well, you don't see too many big guys like that with those kind of moves and that kind of quickness.
No, he's really, really talented there.
So the Cruisers go back up by 10, 16-6 with 9:05 to play in the fourth quarter. Boy, that turnover on that punt just turned the tide. Gales would have had great field position, only down by 3. But you got to credit Groveport. They capitalized on the mistake.
Yep. So all they needed was a small window, Jared, and they got it.
Coach Bobby Carpenter down on the side talking to the defense now as they watch film. Kickoff goes back inside the 5.
Wow.
Taken by Nasir Robinson. Robinson coming to the far side and out to about the 30-yard line.
Did you see the collision about the 20-yard line, Jared?
I didn't see it. We'll have to see if we had a replay of that.
Well, Roland Boyce was involved in it, number 1 for Lancaster. And if we get a chance to show that again, that was some collision.
Yeah. Which is part of the reason why, there's a lot of talk about wanting to eliminate kickoffs.
You watch this. Around the 20-yard line.
Roland Boyce is number 1.
Yes.
Right there he is at the top of the side of the screen. Oh, wow. He took the hit.
Yes. He was in the line, to block, and boy.
Johnson to pass. He's got a man out there. Sherrick with the catch at the 40. Sherrick still on his feet. It's a foot race. Sherrick to the 10, 5. Touchdown,
Wow.
Gales. What a pass. What a catch. Titan Johnson to George Sherrick, and we've got a ball game.
Wow. He dropped one earlier, and I'm sure he was a little frustrated.
Yeah.
He really looked at it and made a great catch and a better run.
Absolutely. Caught it at the 40 and then did the rest with his feet. Great job, Titan Johnson. Great job, George Sherrick. And how about the offensive line giving Johnson time to pass? 16-12. Gales trail by 4. They'll attempt the extra point. It'll be Isaac Polini.
But also I like it because it's the first down play, Jerry.
Absolutely. Go for it right away.
Yeah, well, you know what? You catch people off guard a little bit.
Polini's kick is up, and it is good. Back to a 3-point game. Check this out. He was wide open. And then right here, this move. Right here. Great move by George Sherrick.
You got to remember, that was Elijah Akins. Elijah's a 4-year letterman for Groveport. So that's saying something in itself right there, because as we talked about their defensive backfield, how good they are. A little bit of toast that time. They got burnt.
Sherrick, the 6'2", 200-pound running back, showing his skills in the receiving game there, pulling his team back to within 3 here at 16-13, 8:46 to play in the ball game. Polini to kick it off. Kick drives him back to the 10. It's Michael Davis on the return, and he fumbled the football. I think he got it back at the 25.
Right. Boy, that would have been a nightmare.
Now we've got flags coming in. Trevor Roby was in on the stop and in on the extracurricular at the end. We'll see who they get with the penalty.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Number 25 on the kicking team. Got to be 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Here's, again, watch this cut back here. This is the touchdown pass and catch. Just a great job by Sherrick.
Really is.
Boy, what a mistake here for the Gales. The penalty gives Groveport pretty good field position at their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, you just can't do those things. You just can't do it.
Under down on the carry, picks up about 5 on the play.
Number 88 Marines.
Boy, Lancaster has shot themselves in the foot a lot tonight with penalties and turnovers, but to still be in this ball game down by 3, got to get a stop here by their defense again, who's played really well tonight.
Well, turnovers will happen. I mean, that's
Right.
just going to happen. But all those other things that go on, Jared, are controllable. Football's an emotional game, as most sports are.
Underdown going off the field with an injury. Almost looks like he's walking like it could be a cramp that needs to just get worked out.
But again, I guess I'm not very lenient on those type of things, and you just got to find somebody that can keep their composure in the heat of the battle.
Yep, you're right. It's a big loss if Underdown has to stay out for any amount of time. He's got 97 yards on 21 carries tonight. Thanks to Josh Messerly, who's watching and sent me a link to some live stats that are happening. Very helpful.
That old Josh, he sneaks in there.
Let's just set him up a microphone in his house. Got a flag coming in as McGraw rumbles for what would be a first down, but we'll see what this penalty is.
Well, it's neither a holding or a face mask. Chop block.
We've seen several penalties, holding, chop block on this Groveport offensive line.
Block below the waist. Number 10 on the offense. 15 yards. Repeat second down.
Yeah, that's one of the safety rules that was put in a while back, and that's a good rule, Jared. Good way to have your knee taken out.
That pass play, that touchdown, went for 71 yards from Titan Johnson to George Sherrick. And that's a big penalty here. Backs him up. Second down and 20 at their own 30-yard line. Clock at 7:38 and counting here to play in the fourth quarter. Lancaster still with 3 timeouts. Groveport has 2. Underdown still out of the ball game. So it's McGraw on the carry. McGraw can't get to the outside. He's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Whole host of Gales in on the tackle.
It takes a village to tackle him. Might as well use it. If you got the village, go get him.
Eli Rathburn also in on that stop. He had the big pick 6 at the end of the first half. It really sparked some life for the Gales.
Well, you're going to find out, how resilient Groveport is here without their best back end. How much trust do you have, and how much resiliency they have to get the first down possibly here. I know you're looking at 3rd and 19 or 20.
Rogers hands it off. This is Curtis Barnett, and not much there. They're going to be forced to punt. 4th down and 15 at the 35-yard line.
Well, Lancaster looks like they're going to get one drive with an opportunity to, chance to win the football game.
Deshaun Garnes is back deep for the Gales.
Of course, with what we've seen tonight, who knows?
Yeah. Gotta like that the coaching staff still has confidence in Garnes. Send him back out there. Give him a chance to redeem himself here. And the snap is dropped to pick back up. It's a short punt. And wow. I think that was, he turned around, the ball was there. He just had to pick it up. And now we've got 2 flags from the same official coming in. These are probably going to offset. But again, some chippiness on the field tonight.
Yeah.
These 2 teams haven't played each other in how many years? And they act like they're
4 years.
bitter rivals.
Well, as we said, competition's fine, but just not necessary, Jared. Just play the game.
So we get the call here from the referee.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 80 on the return team. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 21 on the kicking team. This penalty will offset. First down.
So offsetting penalties, it'll be first down for the Gales.
Well, both coaches will have some things to address when this is
Absolutely.
over, and those are things that definitely need to be addressed as we see our list of referees again.
Yeah.
And again, kudos to those guys. They've done a great job, keep control of this football game. And how about Todd Sarver? He's done a great job, the head referee, making all the calls tonight. He's you see him there taking his notes. Those players get one more, they're ejected. So
yes.
Taking notes on that.
All right, wait for the whistle, gentlemen. Wait for the whistle.
1st and 10 for the Gales. We'll wait for the whistle, but hopefully he's not in our headsets. Good, he's not. 1st and 10 for the Gales at their own 30-yard line. Johnson hands it off to Hill right up the middle, and just nothing there. No hole. Good job by the defensive line of Groveport. 94, Jaden Williams stuffing that run. 5.5 minutes to play in the ball game.
It's really been a dogfight.
It has. Again, it's Hill. This time a little more room here. Out to about the 38. It'll bring up a 3rd down. And 2 yards.
Yeah, that's a really nice, just tough run.
Yeah.
Nothing cute and fancy about that. That's just toughness.
Hill will check out. Deshaun Garnes comes in. Sherrick will be behind Titan Johnson. And Johnson keeps it himself. Second effort got him the 1st down. Great job by Titan Johnson.
And they have not run the quarterback tonight. Again,
not.
You're seeing it late. Just as Groveport ran that reverse earlier, we hadn't seen that. So you got to have some things in your offense to keep that defensive, make them trust.
4:25 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Gales trail at 16-13.
Overload the right side.
Sherrick in motion. Handoff right up the middle. Parker Hill. Hill across midfield all the way down inside the 40. Still going. And finally brought down at the 36-yard line of Groveport.
That was a rugby scrum right there.
It was.
Tackled by number 3, John Logan III.
Gales in business here. 1st and 10 at the Groveport 36. Under 4 minutes to play in the game. Lancaster trails it by 3. They do have 3 timeouts to their disposal. Again, it's Parker Hill. Up to about the 32. Gain of 4 on the play.
Yeah, watch here.
Get some assistance being pushed forward. That always helps. .3:15 and counting. As the Gales trail at 19-16, 2nd down and 6 at the Groveport 32. Here's Hill again. This time he's hit immediately and brought down. Wow. 58 coming through there. That's Marcarius Mosley. I mean, just wasn't touched.
Well, both teams are in that adjustment mode of how they're going to, when they see something or think they sense something they recognize, they're going to shift and move people, and the offense is going to try and block a certain way. So it's a great chess game going on with Coach Albertini and the Groveport defense here.
Gales call a timeout with 3rd down and 7 upcoming.
Well, you're 2 downs to get it. I mean, there's no bones about it with 2:43 to go.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of plan on, okay, you know, what do we do if we get this, and then what do we do if we don't get this, or vice versa. Got to have a plan, and Coach Albertini's about as prepared as anybody I know offensively.
Checking other scores, Bloom Carroll still leads Amanda Clear Creek 24-0. That game still listed in the 3rd quarter. It's Grove City Christian over Fairfield Christian, 13-6 in the fourth quarter. Liberty Union over Whitehall Yearling, 27-12 in the third quarter. It is Hamilton Township over Fairfield Union, 42-7. And Byrne Union leads Bishop Rosecrans, 48-6 in the third quarter. Third and 7 for Lancaster. Johnson back to pass, looking downfield, hits his up man. He's got a lot of running room. That's 87. That's Christian Riley all the way down.
Late flag, Jared.
Yeah, definitely a late flag. But a great play call.
Well, he was all alone in the flat.
So we'll get the official call here. Looks like a block in the back downfield.
Block in the back. Number 23 on the offense. 10 yards from the end of the run. Result of the play is a first down.
So they still do get the first down. So it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Well, you got 22 yards to go with 2:35 to win the football game.
First and 10 at the 22. Gales still do have 2 timeouts. So does Groveport.
I'd run it again, Jared.
Why not? He was wide open.
He was.
Johnson, counter give to Sherrick. Sherrick has another first down, and another late flag comes in.
Calling the holding, I think.
Ooh, that's a big one.
It's 10 yards from the spot.
Well, it looks like this.
Hold. Number 5 on the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
So he did have enough for the first down. So it brings him back to the 20. First down and 9.
First and 9.
.226 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Gales trail it by 3. 2 consecutive plays, positive yardage gain, quite a bit, but 2 big penalties. Johnson trips as he steps back. Now he's pressured. He needs to get rid of it. Wow. Just a huge loss right there for the Gales, all the way back to the 40-yard line. Had pressure all over him, and it started with him stumbling as he took the snap.
Yeah, timing just didn't look right there.
It's going to bring up a second down rather, and 27 yards. Second and 27 from the Groveport 40. 1:41 and counting in the ball game. Johnson again looking to pass, again has pressure. Lofts one up there, up for grabs, and it's tipped and out of bounds, incomplete. That one's dangerous right there.
Well, he threw it to where nobody was going to catch it but his own player possibly.
It does stop the clock with 1:30 showing. Here's the replay of the...
He had no chance,
Yeah.
Jared. Pressure was quick and all over him.
Third and 28 at the 40-yard line. Obviously, at this point of the ball game, you're going for it on fourth down, so you don't need all 28 right here. I mean, obviously, you'd like to get it.
He's in shotgun formation.
And Coach Albertini going to take a timeout.
Probably a pretty good call right
Absolutely.
here. Settle everybody down. Do your job. Execute.
Well, Tim, I know that the game's not over yet, but we've got to get to some players of the game. We're going to have one from each team. Let's go with our player of the game from Groveport first. Brought to you by Park National Bank. Fairfield National Bank has taken on our family name, Park National Bank. Park National Bank is a family of community banking teams delivering an exceptional breadth and depth of resources to individuals and businesses, providing a hands-on, personalized approach to service and strong leadership that invests deeply in the places we live and work. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, I think for the Cruisers, Jared, they have a lot of options as always, but Deshaun McGraw has just really given great leadership. The 5'11", 240-pound senior fullback has just did it when it needed done.
Yep, I agree. Congratulations, Deshaun McGraw, number 32, our Park National Bank Player of the Game for the Cruisers. We'll get to the Lancaster Player of the Game in just a moment. Titan Johnson back to pass. He's pressured and sacked at the 45-yard line. Going to bring up a 4th down and 33.
Yeah, did you see who that was again?
Is that Marcarius Mosley?
Yep, he has been a
beast.
He has been a thorn in their side.
Yeah. 4th down and 33 at the 45-yard line. Clock rolls at a minute. Now the Gales will call another timeout.
Well, the first thing you have to do is block.
Yeah.
You have to give him some time here. You got to find somebody that can pass block.
Tim, I think the Lancaster Player of the Game is going to be a little tougher. They've had several guys that have stepped up. Their defense has played outstanding. They had the big pick at the end of the first half by Rathburn. So I'll let you look that over while I read the sponsor of our Lancaster Player of the Game. It's brought to you by the Edwards Insurance Agency, specializing in providing a personalized insurance coverage that meets the needs of our individual clients. Contact Todd or Dale Edwards today.
Well, I love their defensive effort. And, Sherrick made a great catch and run down here. But I really think Rathburn's interception and touchdown gave them momentum and felt like we got a shot at these guys.
I couldn't agree more. Number 4, Eli Rathburn. Congratulations. Our Lancaster Player of the Game brought to you by the Edwards Insurance Agency. Yeah, that was big. To end the first half, there he is right there, number 4, Eli Rathburn. Congratulations to you, young man, our Lancaster Player of the Game. 4th down and 33 at the 45-yard line. And Groveport now going to call a timeout. We hear the coaches right next to us desperately calling for a timeout as they saw something that they weren't used to seeing.
I only laugh because I'm sitting here. I'm not making the calls.
So I think the officials are trying to get something back up on the clock. I guess it's 1 minute. It went down to 47 seconds. They put 1 minute on the clock. Gales trail it 16-13. They have a big 4th down here. 4th and 33. Not too many plays in the playbook for this situation. You've got to hope for something like you had with the Sherrick catch and run.
Or a tip ball somehow.
Yeah.
Put him down there, but you got a first block, Jared.
Yep.
I mean, if he doesn't have time, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And they've only got 3 people rushing the ball. You got 5 guys if you can't block. Now, they did send a 4th guy.
Johnson looking to pass. Lofts one down there. He's got a man down there, and it's complete. He was open. I mean, nobody was around him. The ball just dropped in front of him.
Wow.
He had a shot at it at the goal line.
Sure did. A little surprised.
Wow. So incomplete, and Groveport will take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line with 52 seconds to play, and they lead at 16-13. I don't know if we have a replay of that, but if we do, watch where this ball lands. And
great throw on the run.
And he's got a receiver at the goal line.
If I'm the defensive coach, I'm a little nervous about that situation.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the textbook way to play the last play.
No.
But sometimes you throw it down there and it happens.
Yep.
See it happen in the big boy football in the NFL.
So watch here. If we slow it down, watch where the ball lands. I see. He kind of got held up there, and that's why he was actually wanting a flag because he got interfered with. I see what he was talking about. We kind of wondered as we looked, we're like, he's got a chance to catch that, but he he was interfered with.
The ball may have been tipped.
Maybe it was.
And once it's tipped,
yeah, there's no interference.
Free game, yeah.
Correct. So Groveport just going to kneel on it, run the timeout, and take a 16-13 hard-fought victory here at Fulton Field. For the first time, they will snap a 16-game losing streak to the Lancaster Gales.
It's going to be a good game through the years, though.
Yeah, it is. Definitely is. So time will run out on the Gales. They gave a valiant effort, especially their defense, man. Their defense came to play tonight. They just were on the field a lot, got tired, and penalties and turnovers once again plagued the Gales like they did in the first 2 ball games of the year.
Yeah, you just can't have them. You've got to start eliminating ones you can control.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to have some efforts where you give supreme effort and you make a mistake, but the ones you can control, those penalties, you can dictate and handle those. And there's going to be some turnovers, but boy, you just got to take pride with the football.
Well, we certainly thank you for joining us tonight. We're glad we're able to bring this game to you. Just a fantastic game played on both sides. 16-13 victory for Groveport. We'll be back here next Friday night as the Gales try to get win number 1.
Well, they got the Raiders of Reynoldsburg coming in, and you know they're always going to have good players, but I think they're in kind of the same boat the Gales are. They're a little younger team than they've had before.
Well, Shu, I tell you what, just for the first night at Fulton Field this year, I think the fans, obviously they're going away upset. They didn't get a victory, but, it's just good to be back, being able to watch their boys play football in Fulton Field. And even though it was limited capacity, they were still loud. They were still, great. It was great for them to be able to be here.
Yeah, it's a heck of a football game to watch also, Jared, for us. Quite entertaining, lots of things going on.
Yeah.
And, it's still the cheapest entertainment, I say, is high school sports.
Absolutely. Thanks to you for joining us at home. Once again, your final score: Groveport 16, Lancaster 13. For all of our crew at Interface Video Productions, and for Tim Shumaker, I'm Jared Stewart. We'll see you back here next Friday night at Fulton Field for the Gales and the Raiders of Reynoldsburg. Good night, everybody.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Fairfield Medical Center, North Body Shop, Park National Bank, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, the Carriage Company, the Huddle Tire Company, Fairfield Federal, Sheridan Funeral Home, Buckeye Toyota, and Standing Stone Bank.